Bror Fredrik coming at you with another video. I am currently leaving Caesars, so as I wind my way out of here, self-parking is such a hassle. It's so much easier just to tip someone. But I wanted to just touch base and bring to you an experience that I had yesterday. I actually had to dial 911. And I'm generally not the type of person who dials 911. Well, sometimes. I mean, if I have to, I will, put it that way. But I'm the type of person who, when I see trouble, accident, whatever the case may be, I tend to go towards it. I'm one of those people. I got this, knight in shining armor thing. If there's trouble, I'm going to try to help. I'm going to try to be there in whatever capacity I can. Last night, I was unable to do that. I witnessed an accident, and it was a pretty serious one, and I could not get to that. Let me adjust this camera. Hold on, people. The bumps in here are just ridiculous. Okay. So I couldn't get to this accident, and I said, it just happened. So I said to myself, call 911. So I called 911, and I proceeded to tell them that I just witnessed an accident and this and that. Okay, now I know these people are doing their job, and I'm not knocking 911 operators in general. I'm more or less knocking, I gotta fix this camera again. Okay, I'm more or less knocking the procedure, because what happened was I didn't even get the address and location out. And I was asked if I knew if the people had the coronavirus that were in the accident. And they said, these are questions we have to ask you. Do you know if the people involved in the accident have the coronavirus? So my response was, how the heck do I know? I'm just passing by. And I was told, sir, you have to answer these mandatory questions, and then we can assist you. I said, I'm more concerned about you assisting the people in this accident. And the person proceeded to ask again, do you know if the people involved in this accident have coronavirus? And I said, I didn't know what to say. That caught me off guard. My adrenaline's rushing. You know, I'm trying to find a place to turn around and go and assist with this accident any way I can. And so I'm like 3 blocks away already trying to find a turnaround. So because there was some type of silence going on, they said to me, well, you can say yes, no, or I don't know. So I'm being instructed on the verbiage I have to use. So I said, I don't know. Next question. Do you know if the people involved in the accident were in contact with anyone who has or had the coronavirus? Again, how the heck do I know? I'm just playing Good Samaritan. I'm in my car heading in the total opposite direction. Sir, you have to answer the question. You can be again, yes, no, I don't know. So again, I say, I don't know. You know, obviously I don't know. Then I'm asked where it was. Okay, I knew exactly where it was. Describe where it was. Is anyone hurt? Yeah, they're definitely hurt. They need assistance right away. Do you see anyone with weapons? What? And I'm going through this procedure here. Meanwhile, again, I'm trying to find a way to turn around and, do my civil duty and try to help this situation. Now, you can say a lot of things about this situation. By the time I did turn around, there was police on the scene, not an ambulance yet. So I'm sure someone else called, or, the officers just happened to be there. So that's great. I know they got the assistance that they needed and required. But here's the thing, and tell me in the comments below if that's normal where you live, in your town, your state, your country. I'd like to know, because I haven't had to do this in a long time. Now, I posted this statement on Facebook about what happened, and there was mixed reactions. One was, they're just doing their job. They're being monitored by the state and and by the government, and they're mandated to do, X, Y, and Z. I get all that. I totally understand all that this person was just doing the job. The problem that I had with that is I wasn't able to make them quite aware of where this situation was until I answered those questions. So, I've watched enough of that show, The Good Doctor, and a few other ones to know that seconds count. If someone's seriously injured, you have, minutes, seconds, 90 seconds, whatever it is, to provide critical assistance. So we're wasting time going over whether I know if these people had coronavirus or not. So again, going back to the Facebook responses, and that's kind of what I wanted to address and get everyone's opinion on it. We can start a conversation down below in the comments as long as it's civil. Now, asking these questions. Now, first of all, the whole procedure could have been smoother. The minute I said I'm passing by in my car going in the opposite direction, they could have said, do you know the people? No. I mean, the whole situation could have been negated. The questioning could have been negated because just common sense would dictate that if I don't know these people, I'm in a car being a good citizen, going in the opposite direction, calling from my car, how in the world would I know? It makes no sense. It's illogical. And that's just so typical of some bureaucratic nonsense. And that rather annoyed me. Here's another issue. What if I said, yes, I know they have the virus. Do they change their procedure accordingly? Oh, we have a caller on the phone that knows that the people in the accident have the virus or were in contact with someone with the virus. Would they change their procedure for their arrival? Oh, for this one, we have to mask up and do all these other procedures because some stranger in a car said that they know. What if I said no? If I said no, they don't. I know they don't have coronavirus. Do they not wear masks? Do they not prep themselves for the situation? And saying, I don't know, which was response number 3 that was available, is basically the same thing. So regardless of the answer to the question, the response should be and probably is the exact same thing, to prepare just in case they do have the virus. I mean, that should be standard protocol instead of asking a question. That made no sense to me that my response had any influence whatsoever on the response of emergency response to an accident. Okay, now I could see if I was in a house and someone over for a dinner party had a heart attack, God forbid. Now, having sat in dinner with them for a few hours, I might know their life history. But a stranger in a car, I don't see why that can or should be required, because the emergency response is going to be the exact same thing, regardless of how I answered that question. Again with this camera. Oh, now we're going to have to handhold it. Okay. So the other thing was, they already knew the location because of the GPS on your phone. So they were already rolling, emergency help for these people. So you're kind of making a big deal out of nothing. I don't tend to make big deals out of nothing, to be perfectly honest. But if they were using the GPS on my telephone to know where to respond, I'm in motion. I'm a quarter mile away trying to find somehow to turn around. So they're not rolling anything. If they're rolling it to me, they're rolling down the street with me, not to the accident. So that's kind of the issue I had. So that was a very, very strange experience, calling 911 in this day and time that we live with. And I'd like to hear your opinions without argument, without turning political, without any type of nonsense, because I'm not going to tolerate that in the comments. But I wanted to get that out there. I want to see how normal this is, because, I'm not a big fan of the new norm, but if this is the new norm, I guess we have to address it at some point. And addressing bureaucratic slowdowns for the sake of number crunching, it just makes no sense that a passerby would know the health status of total strangers involved in a car accident and how that is even relevant to the way they would possibly respond. So drop a comment below. Like to hear from you. Keep it civil. I'd like to hear if you've had that experience and what your experience has been with that. And on that note, Bror Fredrik out.